Greetings from the chair of the Duchess. Before the story unfolds, it is both enlightening and entertaining to understand the deeper storyline behind this episode.
Rabbit Hole Empire Breakdown. The Duke's Masked Bride, episodes 155 to 162. Mini-arc, Reputation, Retaliation, and Ruthless Devotion. Episodes 155 to 162 are not just relationship drama. They are a calculated escalation. This stretch marks the moment the Duke stops playing aristocratic chess and starts flipping the board. Across these episodes, the narrative moves from public humiliation to private blood-stained justice. What begins as a whisper campaign against Alexandre detonates into a ruthless reminder of who truly owns power in Lockwood. And in Rabbit Hole Empire territory, power is never passive. The trigger, weaponized reputation. The rumor about Alexandre and Mario the cook isn't random gossip. It's strategic. It weaponizes class. It weaponizes gender. It weaponizes the oldest rule in elite society. Destroy a woman's reputation, and you erase her. But here's the twist. Edgar doesn't flinch. He doesn't doubt her. He doesn't question her loyalty. He identifies the move immediately, a targeted attempt to fracture their marriage. This isn't jealousy drama. This is psychological warfare. The carriage scene, where trust becomes a risk. The carriage ride home is pure Rabbit Hole Empire tension. Alexandre believes rumors never truly die. Edgar calmly promises it will be gone by tomorrow night. No raised voice. No emotional outburst. Just quiet certainty. This is the moment their marriage shifts from fragile alliance to dangerous partnership. She chooses to trust him, not because she understands how he'll fix it, but because she senses he already has a plan. And with Edgar, plans are never soft. Protector or predator? Episodes 158 to 160 deliver the payoff. Edgar confronts Katrina alone. No witnesses, no theatrics, no public court. Just power, violence, and a message carved into skin. He scars her face, the very beauty she used as social currency, and promises that every attack on his wife will be repaid in blood and reputation. This isn't noble justice. This is empire justice. He knows society will never punish him. He knows Katrina cannot expose him without exposing herself. He understands leverage, and he uses it flawlessly. Rabbit Hole Empire energy at its purest. Billionaire dominance meets cold strategic brutality. The real conflict, moral gray territory. This arc forces a question. Is Edgar a hero, or simply a man who believes he has the right to decide consequences? The writing doesn't sanitize him. He is gentle in the carriage. He protects Alexandre's faith in Mario. He holds her hand like she's fragile glass. Hours later, he becomes ice. That duality is the hook. He is both sanctuary and storm. And that's exactly the kind of morally complex alpha figure Rabbit Hole Empire thrives on. Alexandre's evolution, trust as rebellion. What makes this arc powerful isn't just Edgar's retaliation. It's Alexandre choosing to trust a man capable of that retaliation. Her whole life taught her. Labels stick. Society never forgives. She will always be the other. Yet here she risks believing. Maybe this time, someone powerful enough actually stands behind her. She doesn't cheer violence. She fears how far he might go, but she's tired of being defenseless. That ambivalence makes her strong, not submissive. In Rabbit Hole Empire storytelling, growth isn't loud. It's internal, calculated, layered, themes that hit hard. One reputation as currency. In elite society, image equals survival. Katrina attacks the one thing Alexandre can't defend alone. 2. Power as protection. Edgar proves love in his world is not poetry, it's leverage. 3. Justice versus cruelty. Is this protection? Or is Edgar becoming the very monster high society breeds? The narrative doesn't answer. It lets the audience sit in the discomfort. Why this mini-arc works for Rabbit Hole Empire. Check 1. High-stakes reputation warfare. Check 2. Billionaire-level dominance. Check 3. Psychological tension over melodrama. Check 4. Gothic confrontation energy. Check 5. Dangerous devotion. Check 6. Morally gray masculinity. This isn't soft historical romance. It's aristocratic combat disguised as marriage. The edge of controversy. For some viewers, Edgar's violence crosses a line. This stretch flirts with sadism. But that's also what makes it unforgettable. Rabbit Hole Empire stories don't dilute darkness. They explore it. Final verdict. Episodes 155 and 62 are a turning point. This is where Edgar proves that loving him means being protected, but also being tied to a man capable of terrifying things. Alexandre doesn't just gain a husband, she gains an empire's shield, and possibly its most dangerous weapon. If you're here for billionaire drama, power politics, morally gray devotion, and psychological chess masked as romance, this arc delivers. This isn't just about erasing a rumor. It's about announcing to the entire town, touch the Duchess, and the Duke will rewrite reality. Now, get ready to dive into watching this episode. Happy viewing.
Your Highness, it is nearing time for you to prepare for dinner. A maid informed Hazel. Should I inform the butler to prepare seats for your guests? Is it really? Hazel looked out at the sky, only now noticing how much it had changed. Wow, we've spent so much time here chatting away. None of us noticed how late it has become. I can't keep you away from Edgar much longer. Your time here has been wonderful, Alexandre. Thank you. I will try to return to being a wonderful hostess when I send the invitation to you. I would also like to extend one to you too, Linda. It is fun to have someone around who enjoys painting, said Alexandre. After the many hours they spent together, she came to like Linda and vice versa. The awkward feeling from when they first met was long forgotten. Thank you. I hope I get to see the paintings you have created so far. And then we can one day have a gathering at my home and see my paintings. My father must be searching all over for me after I told him I would just be paying Hazel a short visit. I must leave quickly before he sends guards to search the entire kingdom for me again. Linda stood up from her seat. Again? Alexandre asked, curious about what happened the first time. She arrived home late from a dance lesson and her father sent out the army to look for her. Turns out her carriage wheel was broken and the coachman stopped to fix it. It was so heartwarming to see her father lose his mind. Please inform him to pay me a visit when he has free time, Hazel said to Linda. If I stay any longer, you will get to see him. Goodbye, you two. Linda bid goodbye, then picked up her dress to hurry to meet with her father. It might seem overbearing. She is his precious only daughter amongst 3 sons. Her father is worried that his position in the kingdom will cause her to get hurt. That's why you won't find Linda marrying a man her father does not think can protect her. Come, let's find your husband who will be more than happy to go home. Hazel stood up from her seat, shortly followed by Alexandre. Alexandre wondered what Edgar had been doing with Tobias, and hoped she had not kept him in the palace far longer than he wanted to be here. Had the maid not informed Hazel of the time, they might have been here much longer. Caleb, we're ready to go. It must have been torture for you to sit around doing nothing but waiting for me to be ready. I'm sorry. Alexandre apologized for him sitting around in the room with no one to talk to for hours. There's no need to apologize, Duchess. Caleb sat up from the chair that had been offered to him by a maid. It is my job, and you seem to be having fun. How nice. Hazel became jealous of the relationship Alexandre had with her guard. All the guards placed around me aren't good at hiding how much they want to move along quickly. Should I steal you away? My loyalty lies with the Duke. I cannot be stolen away, Your Highness. Too bad. Hazel gave up. We should... A knock on the door interrupted Hazel. A maid hastily moved to open the door and revealed Edgar standing outside with Tobias by his side. Edgar's eyes went straight to Alexandre.
Are you done?
Yes. I'm sorry for being so long. You don't have to see me out, Hazel. Thank you for inviting me. Alexandre gave one last goodbye. If possible, she would love to turn back time and start over to the moment she arrived. No problem. Once again, if there's anything you ever need from me, don't hesitate to send a message. We're friends now. Please do not reject my help, Hazel added, when it looked like Alexandre was going to turn down ever needing help. Actually, there is something you can help me with. My dressmaker, Erin Potter, who made my dress for the ball, has been trying to branch out and find customers away from her mother. Due to being by my side, she has been outcasted. Would it be possible for you to request a dress from her personally? Your name would be able to help her out, Alexandre asked, and then bit her lip, afraid Hazel might not want to do such a thing. Meanwhile, Hazel found Alexandre to be too innocent for thinking it would be too much to request. I will take care of it, she said. Thank you. Did you have a good day in the palace, Edgar? Alexandre asked as she approached Edgar.
No,
he replied. Caleb quietly followed Alexandre and Edgar out of the queen's bedroom. Tobias smiled and opened his arms wide for Hazel to come hug him.
My lovely wife.
Get out, Tobias. Hazel turned away from him. Hearing the banter between the two royals as she left, Alexandre couldn't help but laugh. Edgar had been irritated by his long stay in the palace, but Alexandre's happy face stopped him from mentioning it.
You seem to have enjoyed yourself. A little bit more and we would have had to spend the night in the palace. Did everything go smoothly? Did anyone approach you?
It went well. I had a lot of fun. Perhaps it was because we stayed in her bedroom the entire time and I was able to meet her friend, Linda. At first, it was weird because she had a crush on you, but we're fine now. Please tell me I don't have to go around asking ladies if they once had a crush on you so I can get the awkwardness out of the way, said Alexandre.
It is your punishment for marrying such a perfect man. I cannot help how many admirers I have. You should find some pride in the fact you were the one to win me over. You should also appreciate your wonderful husband a little bit more.
Edgar, how much more can I appreciate you? Don't try giving me any ideas. Alexandre held up her hand to stop him from suggesting her any bright ideas. Whatever is on your mind will only leave me embarrassed. Edgar wrapped his hand around her waist to pull her closer to him.
I promise, whatever I have on my mind is something we would both enjoy.
Alexandre paused when she noticed the stairs as she and Edgar walked towards the exit where their carriage awaited them. Edgar, am I imagining things or is everyone staring at us? She whispered. Is it my mask? She wondered. Edgar kept looking straight ahead, but at the same time, he inspected how women passing by were whispering as they looked at Alexandre and then cast him a look of pity.
Caleb, find out what is happening now.
Yes, sir. Caleb left Edgar and Alexandre's side to nonchalantly follow after two women who had been staring at the couple. The Duchess had been enjoying her time in the palace, so why now did something need to happen to potentially end the day on a bad note? I can't believe the Duke brought her to the palace. Better yet, how could he marry such a trifling woman? The woman shook her head, feeling sorry for Edgar. How are they here having fun when the news quickly spread throughout the town? She must not know she has been caught.
Excuse me?
Caleb spoke up due to the fact they were taking much longer than needed to get to the point.
What is it you've heard that concerns the Duke and Duchess?
Oh my! One of the woman's eyes went wide as she recognized Caleb to be walking behind Edgar a moment ago. Had she known he was behind her, she wouldn't have uttered a word about what she heard. I don't know.
It's either you tell me, or I have Edgar approach you, and trust me, it's easier to talk to me than him. What'll it be?
Caleb asked, then waited for a response. Not wanting to speak with Edgar and deal with his reaction, one of the women decided to say what they heard. You see, we just came from town and it was the hottest news. Apparently, the Duke's wife had an intimate relationship with a cook, she whispered to Caleb. She did not want to be caught as the one spreading this news in case it were to be false. I heard she was being intimate with a cook while she was meeting with the Duke. Either way, that's all the town has been talking about. Hey, wait! Aw, shit. Caleb ignored their calls as he ran away back to where Edgar and Alexandre were waiting for him.
Where the hell did this come from all of a sudden? The Duchess will take a hit.
He slowed down. Caleb started to contemplate if he should lie about what was happening and then later inform Edgar when Alexandre was not around. She had been having so much fun. Was it right to ruin it like this? Caleb did not know Alexandre long, but based on what he saw, this rumor was not true. She looked as if she would lose her mind when she and Edgar were close by. He could not picture her having a relationship with a cook.
Damn it!
He internally yelled. He felt truly conflicted about what to do. Why couldn't this news have waited until tomorrow? Or, better yet, not come out at all?
Caleb?
Edgar called out from where he sat in the carriage.
Come along.
Yes, sir. Caleb practically dragged his feet to the carriage.
Judging by your behavior, I assume you found out what it is, and it is not good. Spill it,
Edgar ordered. Caleb glanced at Alexandre, eagerly waiting to hear what it was. He couldn't look her in the eye for long, as he did not want to see her expression change.
It might be best if I discuss it with the Duke.
Is it something bad? Is it about me? Alexandre looked at Edgar, curious to know what happened between this morning and now that they were leaving.
Caleb, tell us what it is now.
Edgar needed to know how bad it must be for Caleb to look devastated. He needed to know what it was so that he could move quickly to get rid of it. They had a long ride back home, and waiting for Alexandre to be gone was wasting time he could use plotting. Besides, Edgar would end up telling her about it if it concerned her.
There's a rumor going around town about the Duchess. One that concerns her and some cook being in a relationship. Perhaps around the same time she was entertaining you.
Caleb revealed what he heard as requested. Out of all the things Alexandre expected to hear coming from Caleb's mouth, none of them were like this. What? I'm sorry, but can you just repeat what you said? She asked as she was certain she heard him wrong. Why would anyone think I had a relationship with Mario? He was just my friend. Alexandre started to remember how much Edgar used to be annoyed when it came to Mario, and thought there were some sort of feelings there. She looked to her side and found him surprisingly calm as he tapped his fingers against the window pane of the carriage. Edgar, I never had...
I know.
He cut her off, as there was no need for her to state what he already knew. He knew well enough that Mario's feelings were always one-sided. From the moment Edgar met the cook, he found him to be a pain in the ass and knew at some point the man would annoy him. That time finally came.
I know for a fact there was nothing between the two of you, Alexandre.
Edgar knew the person who started this rumor was trying to mess up their relationship. They would hope this news would make him cast Alexandre to the side. Little did this person know, he already knew what kind of relationship Alexandre had with the cook, and his relationship with Alexandre didn't start off with them secretly seeing each other. Alexandre was glad Edgar did not feed into such lies, but everyone else who did not know her and wanted something to talk about would believe this story. News like this would take a hit to her already bad reputation. How am I supposed to fix this before it gets out of hand? Who am I kidding? It's already out of hand if it reached the palace already. Why now, after we've been married for a while?
It's the Baroness or her daughter that started this,
Edgar stated. They must have approached Mario, but he wouldn't have gone along with this lie. He is my friend. They would need to blackmail or threaten him, Alexandre concluded. She had faith that Mario would never willingly betray her. After all the times they spent talking, nothing had ever happened between the two of them. She trusted Mario and wouldn't think the worst of him in this situation. Caleb believed otherwise, due to how many people he saw switch up on the people they cared about when offered money.
People can change when they are offered. Stop it,
Edgar ordered Caleb. Mario seemed to be the only friend Alexandre had in a long time. Therefore, she wouldn't want to believe that man had betrayed her. Edgar wasn't going to ruin the image she had of her friend just yet. He would find out for himself if the cook was blackmailed or accepted money. Edgar held Alexandre's hand to help calm her nerves.
I will take care of it. By tomorrow night, this news will be gone, and it will be proven to be a lie.
Alexandre didn't see how something like this could easily go away. People would talk about this forever, no matter how much she denied the claims. However, Edgar looked sure that it would disappear, so she could only trust him and await what would happen tomorrow.
Edgar, why aren't you getting out? Alexandre asked. The carriage had arrived home, but Alexandre was the only one to step outside. Edgar remained seated, and somehow, as if Caleb had read Edgar's mind to stay, Caleb had not moved.
I have something to take care of. Go inside and inform Alfred that I will return later. Do not wake up and have dinner if I do not arrive in time. Do not look so worried, Alexandra. I am just going to have a little chat with the Baroness.
Edgar flashed a smile to rid her of her worries. Edgar, I do not believe you are going there to just have a chat. Is this your way of making things better? She's just going to deny anything you ask her. We should speak with Mario instead and have him dismiss the rumors. You should not harm the Baroness or Kate.
I don't intend to harm either of them. I'm simply going to have a chat. Go inside before you get too cold,
Edgar urged her. He was walking on a thin line between telling the truth and a lie when it came to what he planned to do with the Baroness. Alexandre sighed, giving up on trying to stop Edgar. Hopefully, no one would die after his visit. She didn't even understand why she was trying to stop him in the first place. She was certain once this rumor blew over, something would pop back up again from Katrina or Kate's mouth. If Edgar could put an end to it now, there was no need to stop what he planned to do. I trust that no one will end up dead. I will see you later. She turned around to walk up the steps. With Alexandre no longer looking his way, the smile on Edgar's face disappeared as quickly as it came.
To the barracks,
he ordered the coachman waiting on the outside for the new destination.
Yes, sir.
The coachman closed the door.
We are not going there just to talk, are we?
Caleb grinned, knowing they were going to turn the Baroness's world upside down for messing with the Duchess.
Should we have the entire household be buried with the late Baron? I don't plan on killing anyone yet.
Edgar closed his eyes as the carriage moved off once again. Alexandre did not wish to have revenge on the Baroness and Kate for the way they treated her, but Edgar was not going to leave them be. He did not know what happened between the two sides, but he made it clear not to mess with his wife. Katrina had poked at something which gravely annoyed him. It was the relationship between Alexandre and Mario. It was merely a friendship with a one-sided crush, and he let it go. But now, this stupid rumor would have him hearing about it more than he liked.
Caleb, get the best person you know to dig around the Baroness's past. I was playing around with it before while investigating her husband, but now I am curious. It seems like something she desperately wants to hide. She should learn by now that nothing remains a secret in Lockwood,
said Edgar. Why don't we just kill her and the daughter? I can have them taken in the middle of the night and no clue left behind as to who took them. We would have to take the uncle too, Caleb proposed.
No. One thing I regretted was killing the Baron so quickly. I'm going to have fun with the Baroness. I want to watch her crumble to the lowest point in her life, and then we will get rid of her. Do not mention a word of this to Alexandre.
My lips are sealed, Caleb acted out, zipping up his lips. After almost an hour's ride, Edgar and Caleb arrived at the Barretts' home. Is it just me, or does the air here feel thick? Caleb covered his nose as soon as he stepped out of the carriage.
Do not sit or touch anything. You'll end up itching the rest of the night as I did.
Edgar remembered his situation after sitting down in one of the chairs here. After what he endured, he never planned to step foot in this house again. If his skin felt itchy just from standing around, he might just burn the entire house down.
Noted.
Edgar walked up to the front door with Caleb right behind him. From the corner of his eye, he spotted a maid running away from a window. Before he had to knock, the door opened, revealing the butler.
Good evening, Duke Collins. The Baroness and her daughter are
James tried to grab Edgar when he brushed past him and entered the house, but Caleb stepped in between.
It is rude for you to just barge in, and you know it. Where is the Baroness? Speak quickly before I have him remove your tongue for being useless. I'm certain you know why I'm here and shouldn't be expecting any kindness from me. Either you bring the Baroness to me now, or I will find her myself.
I will take you to her. Clark approached the trio with his hands in his pants and a sly smile lingering on his lips. He had caught wind of the rumors and knew why Edgar was here. It would be entertaining to watch the Duke take his frustration out on Katrina. It was about time someone brought that woman down from her high horse. Follow me. Edgar ignored the butler and followed after Clark. Perhaps it was good he had not gotten rid of Clark for going against his warning and approaching Alexandre. Caleb was right behind Edgar, in case Clark or anyone else would try something funny. To get on Edgar's good side, Clark decided to say,
Those rumors are just... I still don't like you, so don't try to kiss my ass.
Edgar cut off Clark before nonsense could be spouted. Clark closed his mouth, slightly irritated with how hard it was to please Edgar. Yet again, he wondered how Alexandre was able to make a man like this marry her. Did they have her personality all the way wrong? You may not like me, but don't forget I am doing you a favor by taking you straight to my sister-in-law. I can also provide you with the cook. I think I am deserving of a proper conversation between the two of us. Edgar didn't respond to Clark. He would have gotten to the Baroness with or without Clark's help. Katrina! Clark knocked on her door, anticipating the show to come. Katrina? You have a special guest. He knocked again after no response the first time. "I've told you to—" "Edgar!" Katrina felt her stomach drop as soon as she opened the door and found Edgar standing there. "Duke Collins! What a surprise!" She forced a smile. "Why are you here?" "Haven't you heard there are rumors going around about my dear niece?" Clark happily informed Katrina. She was a fool to think the Duke wouldn't show up. Now, she stood before them like prey, realizing it was about to be devoured.
I need to have a word with you. Alone?
Edgar looked directly at Clark for the alone part. Clark was enjoying this, but he was annoying the hell out of him. "Please, come inside." Katrina stepped aside to allow him inside her bedroom. She was not prepared to deal with Edgar just yet. The news spread faster than she expected. Therefore, she did not predict a visit this soon. Nevertheless, she composed herself and prepared to act oblivious about it. Katrina closed the door behind Edgar to stop Clark from enjoying this moment. "Don't die," Clark offered her advice right before the door closed. Edgar inspected the shabby bedroom, which fit perfectly with the aesthetic of the shabby house. Everything about this house perfectly matched the people left behind to live in it. "Would you like to take a seat so that we can talk?" Katrina pulled out the chair from her vanity for Edgar to use.
You don't have enough money to pay me to sit down on anything here ever again. You should know that after the last time I was here, I ended up with countless rashes from bug bites. You must be so used to it that you are immune. I never once saw you itching. Do you like having me here, Baroness?
Edgar asked, careful not to touch anything as he walked around the room with his hands behind his back. "It is a pleasure to have someone like yourself here, Duke Collins. You've married my stepdaughter, and now you are family. Why wouldn't I want you here?" Katrina continued to force a smile. She had a bad feeling about this visit, but Edgar could not prove she was the one to spread the rumors. Therefore, he could not do anything to her.
Family?
Edgar chuckled as he found her to be delusional.
Baroness, we're hardly even acquaintances. You hate my wife, remember? Isn't that why you resorted to telling lies about her friendship with the cook to ruin her?
I'm hurt you think I would want to damage her reputation that way, Duke Collins. How can I hurt the daughter of the man I love? I don't know what lies Alexandre has told you, but I have treated her well, considering the fact she is not my blood. It wasn't easy for me to enter a marriage with a man who was married before and already had a child, said Katrina.
If my sources are correct, you were pregnant before you married the Baron. It wasn't easy for you to think about marrying a man with a child and previous marriage, but it wasn't hard to lie in bed and have his child. Sure, I believe it was not easy for you. I must say you are excellent at keeping up the lie for years that you are nice to Alexandre and she was the problem. You should think of joining the theater.
Katrina's lip twitched. I have always been nice to Alexandre, she honestly replied. There were crueler things she could have done to Alexandre. Making her a prisoner in her own home was a nice thing. There was always that thought of killing Alexandre to have Desmond only focus on Kate. Katrina had never given in to those thoughts. Edgar should be thankful Alexandre was still alive and well for him to be able to marry her.
Cut the bullshit with me, Baroness. I don't have time for your games, and I already know you were the one who spread that rumor about my wife. You and your daughter have been cruel to her for a long time. Are you satisfied now that the town's talking about her even more?
Edgar asked. Katrina scoffed and licked her bottom lip. Fine. Let's stop pretending. It's only the two of us here, and I can't get you to believe a word I say. Of course I hated Alexandra and treated her badly. How can anyone expect me to be nice to her when she looks like her mother? Tell me, how did she react to the news? Did she look as shocked as I wanted her to be? She grinned. Katrina wished she could have been a fly on the wall to see Alessandra's face. Did she cry and send you over here to fix everything? You should have brought her along for me to get a good laugh. I'm honestly starting to miss her ruined face. How dare you take my pet away? Edgar smiled, deeply amused by how bold she was.
Do you not fear me?
I have nothing to fear when you can't kill me, Duke Collins. Katrina seductively walked up to him. You cannot kill or imprison me for allegedly spreading a rumor about your wife. You have no proof. And besides, women talk all the time. Your issue should be with the cook and whatever he said about your wife. You, she stared at his features, are too handsome for a girl with so many problems. Such a shame. Doesn't her face scare you, or have you not seen it?
First, if you are going to stand so close, you should rinse your mouth. Secondly, what happened to her face?
Edgar calmly spoke, though he was raging on the inside. Alexandra found her own face to be horrendous and tried destroying it. Had I stalled Desmond a little bit more, the other side would have been ruined. Katrina gasped and clawed at the hand Edgar grabbed her neck with. Edgar ignored her pleas, and her nails dug into his skin to make him release her. Instead, he dragged her to the open window. Fighting back against his grip, Katrina ended up falling, but Edgar's hold stopped her from hitting the floor. Her buttocks and legs dragged against the floor, and whatever furniture they passed by, she tried grabbing onto to stop him from taking her to the window. She was scared Edgar might be crazy enough to throw her out the window. My neck! The words barely escaped her lips. She was certain her neck would be severely damaged from the way he was holding onto it, and the way he dragged her like a child would drag around a doll. Edgar hoisted Katrina up and placed her upper body out the window. His grip on her neck was the only thing stopping her from falling, alongside her hands, desperately holding onto the wall.
Where has your confidence from earlier gone? Continue with it. I want to see it.
No? That's disappointing, Edgar whispered. He wanted to see her be her true self at this moment.
You can only pick on the weak, can you? Did you think you could talk about my wife as you pleased and I would do nothing? Tell me why I shouldn't throw you out this window and be done with you.
He pushed her body slightly downward. Katrina opened her mouth and spoke, but no words were heard. Her eyes were starting to roll back and sweat formed on her forehead as she panicked. I'm innocent. She eventually managed to get 2 words out.